We're gonna do this. Podcast. Bing bong. Bing bong. There it is. That's our intro.
That's our intro. Alright, so we're gonna do a scene.
Yes. And scene.
Welcome to Show Me Your Ripples, a podcast about recovery, resilience, and how real stories send waves far beyond what we ever imagined. I'm your host, Brian Nielsen. For over 15 years, I've been walking my own recovery journey. Now I get to share the voices of others who are creating impact of their own. Here we'll dive into real stories of struggle and triumph, the stigma that holds people back, and the hope that keeps us moving forward. Every conversation is proof that no matter where you've been, mental health, substance use, incarceration, your story has power and your ripples matter. Today I'm honored to welcome our guest, Jenn. It's two N's, by the way.
Yes, it is. And a question mark.
Her journey is one that challenges the labels, defies the odds, and shows us how ripples of change can become waves of transformation. So lean in, listen close, and let's see just how far one ripple can go. I'm getting better at reading that. But
Yeah, I think, we need to practice because you're so much better freestyle.
Indeed.
You get scared of reading. I don't know
I
why.
do.
You don't need
And
to.
cameras.
You can
and
read.
people.
Well, yeah, and anything that
Not
moves.
motorcycles.
Not motorcycles.
So Jenn,
Yes.
welcome.
Thank you. Good sir.
How are you doing?
I'm good.
Let's start off way back in the past. I mean,
Where did it start?
where did it all start? Tell me about Jenn a little bit.
All right, let's talk about it. Let's go way back. So my mom got pregnant with me when she was 15. My dad was 14. So, you know what I mean? One of those. Like, ooh, good. And there was like this thing about like, so this side of my family was Mexican and Spanish, and this side of my family was Filipino. And there's some stuff there, right? Where it's like, you know how humans get.
Cultural feud.
Yeah. So like, you're not supposed to.
Yeah.
And so they did. And so then it was like, oh shit, right? And there were some moments, so my grandmother on my mother's side, bless her heart, she's a precious human, wanted to make sure that my mom was going to take care of me and had offered some solutions, like an abortion, right? And they went to the clinic to do so, and my mom got you've never had an abortion, right?
No, I haven't.
Okay, well, I've had a couple.
I'm trying to stay away from it.
I know, and most people do, and it's good. You know what I mean? If you can not, don't.
Well, I did have a girlfriend that had one, but
Yeah.
I'm trying to stay away from that myself.
I'm proud of you, because we learn, right?
We
can
do.
do better. When we learn better, we do better, and that's kind of that thing. So my mom got they give you this, it's glorious. It's like a opiate and a benzo.
Toxin. It's a real
Cocktail. Can we say cocktail?
Yeah, let's
Yes,
go.
let's do that. And so, and when that kind of stuff hits you, and all of a sudden all the bullshit fades away, right? Like the pressure, the stigma, the things.
Yeah.
And my mom was like, no, I'm not doing this. She left all her clothes and all her things and my grandmother and left in the little thing, the little outfit. They give you a butt outfit, right?
And the butt hanging out.
Yeah, and left. And was like, I'm not doing it. So the next option was adoption. And so my mom said that it's so stupid. She was 15.
Yeah. We all make 15-year-old choices.
We do, and have 15-year-old ideas that
Yeah.
make sense, right? And I guess she didn't know that babies' eyes are typically blue when they're born. They stay blue for a minute, and then they do a color. But my mom was like, if she keeps her eyes blue, then we'll keep her. Which can make sense. That sounds like a perfect.
You gotta keep it blue.
Yeah, and connection to source, because see, the thing is that, so here's where I realized that she really didn't want me. That we all had blue eyes. Or brown eyes. Nobody had blue eyes 3 generations back on either side.
Yeah.
And so maybe she really didn't. Maybe she kind of, after she left, she was like, well, fuck. After the drugs wore off, let's say that.
Yeah.
Maybe I shouldn't. Because it's scary to want to be a mom. The idea alone is terrifying. And at 15, I couldn't
Especially
imagine.
15, yeah.
Dude, at 30, I was like, please no. This is a terrible choice.
Take me now.
Yeah,
Take me
please,
now.
this is so bad. So yeah, so that's starting, right? So there's some stuff there. There's some starting stuff there as far as like, I mean, her own struggle in life too, right? And accepting accountability and all the things, but then also the story that I'm told when I come to the planet and start questioning where I came from.
Yeah.
Is like, so my grandma didn't want me, even though that's not real. Because I went at her. You've never liked me. She's like, actually, no, I just wanted to make sure you were taken care of, right? So there's all these questions as a human of, do I belong here? I've always had that question. Do I belong here? Am I supposed to be here? Am I loved? I think it's human nature. It plagued me though. It was one of the things that I obsessed on. And so, let's fast forward a little bit. My father, very young, right? 14, playful, charisma, just this amazing dude to me. This is my experience with him. But also at his funeral, there were so many people there. It was ridiculous. They had to pull another hearse up, which I love a good hearse. I was so stoked. They pulled another one. I want to ride in there. You know, you can't ride in there. For flowers. There were so many people that came. So he got murdered at 24.
An extra hearse full of flowers?
Yeah,
Wow,
just to bring the
that's
flowers. Yeah, I know. I don't see why they couldn't have put me in there, though. Fucking assholes. That's what I'm saying.
Maybe you need somebody to keep an eye on the flowers.
I got you. Yeah, come on.
Throw me in.
I'm eight. I got this. I got big skills. So, yeah. My sweet father, just a delightful human. Very playful. The kind of guy, so they owned a car lot, him and his father. He worked for my grandfather at the construction company for a long time, and he was able to get my grandfather, like, I mean, this guy, he believed in joy and fun and celebrating. A little too much. So what had happened apparently, I don't know, but was he started selling cocaine, and he kept the cocaine and the money. So that's not a thing. You know what I mean?
Nobody does that.
Well, they do it, but there's a consequence. You can do that. That is a choice. But what ended up happening to him is he got murdered, right? And so, yeah, it's pretty sad because he was my favorite. And I felt like God made a bad choice. You know what I mean?
It is a bad choice. It's a choice a lot of people don't think about, but I mean, choices is kind of where we're at, right? And the ripples from all that just in your life, I can't imagine. Just one simple choice, which I get it. I've wanted to do it a few times myself.
Same.
I mean, so.
Yeah.
But
Like
where's that gonna go? And so.
And what happens? Yeah. So he left 2 children. I have a brother. My brother was 5. I was 8. And he doesn't remember my dad like I do. I mean, this guy, he'd be like, what car do you want to take? So one time, got the car lot for because they had separated. And so then it was like, we got to go with Disney Dad on the weekends, and we get to choose a car. Like, get the fuck out of here, right? So fun. We go visit my great-grandmother, and she lived in Clearfield, so we got this long freeway ride in these amazing cars. But, like, just so fun. He was so fun. It was raining. We were on our way there, and to my great-grandmother's. And, God, she smelled weird.
Old people?
Yeah.
Still smell
it? Just thinking about her, because when I hug people, I smell them. I don't know what it is. So anyways, we head up there. It's raining. We're going past Lagoon, and I'm like, dude, I would like to go on a ride at Lagoon. And at the time, they sold just one ticket. You know what I mean? You could go.
Yeah, I remember it.
Yeah, you have to stay all day. It's not $1 billion. You just pay for the ride. You go on one ride. You can leave.
Yeah, tickets. Yeah. They sold
tickets.
Yeah.
And so we went on the white roller coaster in the rain. It was, that's what I'm saying. He was like, are you sure you want to go? I'm like, I'm sure I want to go. He looks back at my brother. He's like, pulls off the freeway. We get to go ride the thing. And then he says, don't tell your mom. So, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So it was kind of like that. And she was, the one, she was angry a lot. There was a lot of anger with her because he was out of control. He was 14.
Well, he's Disneyland dad too, and she's doing
the
her
mom.
best to trying to be the mom.
Yes.
And the dad at the same time in the everyday life. Right? It's got to be a hard spot.
It's a hard spot. Yeah, bless her heart.
Where'd that take you?
So that led to my poor mother having to be reminded daily, you know, when she looks at me and my brother, because we don't look like her. She's brown, she's beautiful, we're freaking, you know, Pepino, oh, like that. We pass as white, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and so it's interesting. It's interesting. I couldn't imagine the feeling of that, and just being reminded of, that's not me, thank God. You know what I mean? I prepared. I didn't. I just, yeah, it's fine.
That's my wife, but we can.
We love her.
Well,
we could answer it.
Her. No, we're in the
Okay, we're in the thing. So, let's see. So that's interesting. And then my mom, of course, you know, turned to drugs and alcohol because it stopped the pain. Yeah. She was devastated. That was my mom's one true love. Like, still to this day, it's still, you can see it. It haunts her.
It's a hard place to be.
Death is hard.
I remember the day my family used to, it was the same kind of situation. It was kind of a ritual to sit around doing drugs in elementary school, you know?
You know?
I thought it was normal.
Same.
So I imagine that led you into a world of darkness on your own, huh?
Yeah. And I drank alcoholically the first moment that I drank. It was the most amazing thing. So again, we have this doom and gloom and this missing human in our family, and my mom's devastated and she's using drugs in the room, and so it's like knock, 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 and it's like, you know what I mean? So don't, and then if you get her to come out, she's so weird that it's horrible, like it was a bad choice, but, and it makes sense. I mean, in my life I did the same thing, okay? So this is generational stuff, but so.
Well, I think a lot of us do. We like to think we're providing, right? I mean, hiding in the closet.
Doing the thing.
Doing the thing.
Doing the thing. It's terrifying.
Kind of horrible, but the ripples that go through the generations is
but
kind of dark.
On the healing side too, the ripples that go through the generations, right? Yeah. So it that's the thing. That's what's so hopeful to me about it, is that there is a way out. Even if it seems normal and feels normal, it's. I mean, I think every family has some dangerous, stuff, right?
Well, that's why we're here, right?
Is it?
It's kind of why we're here.
Did we agree?
I think we're here to kind of figure some stuff out. You know what I mean? I don't know if that's gospel.
If we agreed before, you know what I mean? I don't know how it works, okay?
I don't know. Cut out all the pre-mortem, but we're here in flesh with every human's got to figure things out.
With work to
right?
do.
Who do I want to be? And so where does that lead you? I mean, 18, 20, where are you at?
18. Okay. So 18, I am angry. I found out that my mother was getting checks for me and my brother and her because of my dad, right? But I had never seen any of that, and I had no idea of that.
Yeah.
So I became very resentful. Because she'd spend it all on drugs and she'd get so weird. And it was good in a way, let's be honest. I used it to my advantage. Like, I love that she went in the room because I got to do whatever the fuck I want. Yeah, dude, watch this. Right? So I hid one day. So the check comes. I hid. She went and did her thing, cashed the check, got the crack, runs upstairs, hides the envelope. So I'm watching her the whole time. Where's the envelope, right? Yeah. She hides the envelope, goes and smokes crack, and it would last, until she had to go re-up. But I saw where the money was. I took the money. I took my brother. I took my boyfriend and my girlfriend, my best friend, and stole the car. Pushed the car out, into the driveway, pushed it down the street, and then started it.
The only one that
no, dude, I loved that. That was crazy fun.
I had to push a station wagon out of the driveway.
You know what I mean?
Until the cops caught me one time. I came home and the cops were waiting for me.
Hello.
I just kept driving.
Yeah, like you didn't know.
And I realized I'm screwed anyway. Might as well go back.
Yeah.
So pushing the car out, and then what?
We drove to Lake Powell.
Lake Powell?
Yes.
Wow. And
it was amazing. It was so much fun. So that's what I'm saying. It's not like I had this terrible life per se. I mean, if somebody from the outside looking in would be like, oh my God, but I really enjoyed my life, and I, in fact, I did know that things were wrong, but I didn't know until somebody told me that, you know what I mean, how wrong it really was.
At that age, you're just doing what you know.
Well, and I enjoyed it, right? I found a way to enjoy my life, but it did take a turn, right? Drugs were natural. It was a natural thing in my family. It wasn't It was unnatural to not use drugs.
Yeah.
That was uncomfortable as fuck to me, to see people that were F words, sorry.
No, if F words are fine.
It's okay.
Just don't say fuck.
Okay. Got it.
These are not, I mark these as kid friendly, not kid friendly.
Yeah, you got it. This is an adult thing.
But yeah.
So yeah, I mean, theft, all the things, right? Drug use, all the things. And I went through the whole gamut, right? I was a drug dealer for a long time. I love that. The ego, the control, everybody's stoked when you walk in the room. You know what I mean? Because you got this shit. It's
You're
not, there's, yeah.
Yeah.
And so my first addiction, I think, really was validation.
I think mine was too.
And then stealing.
Early.
Yeah, way early.
And then stealing so I could get the validation.
Absolutely.
And then the drugs and everything else came in to be a problem.
Well, I mean, even at 5, so let's talk before my family, before this tragic, you know what I mean, that just shifted all of our worlds. I remember being in kindergarten, and nobody told me, nobody was like, hey, you should huff the rubber cement. It's fucking amazing. F word. So, nobody told me that. And I was eating the paste with the other weirdos too, right? And they stayed at the paste because it was sweet, had sugar in it, okay? And I found the rubber cement, and I hoarded that thing, and I became very protective. And if you came at me to ask if you could use it, it was, you know what I mean? Yeah, until it was just a little ball at the bottom. Yeah, same with the markers and the things. So like, I'm designed to be attracted to those things. It's not that somebody taught me. It's just the way I'm programmed.
Yeah, just comes natural.
Yeah. Nobody taught me that.
And then it comes in, I remember I was probably in 6th or 7th grade. I was smoking pepper because people told you give me a feeling. Actual pepper, that was horrible.
How was that?
It wasn't very
No good. So I should
burn.
Okay.
Like,
Is that a relapse?
Don't
I
try
tried
that.
it? Okay.
Yeah, don't try that.
Makes sense.
Let's not try that at home.
Okay, so we're not condoning that.
So that led you into a world of
just seeking that rush, right? The rush of, and it was fun in the beginning, and the acceptance. Like I said, being a dealer, people smoking and giggling and having fun. I love that. That's where I was telling you about the alcohol. I drank alcoholically the first time.
Yeah.
The family of friends, my mother's friends, the close ones, the auntie that isn't an aunt, but she's been there, threw a party for my mother. It was a kegger, and there was a bunch of adults. They all had red Solo cups. They were all drinking out of the red Solo cups. I found a red Solo cup. I stole a red Solo cup. Went into the shadows, drank it, and the thing happened. The fucking thing happened, right? And my mom was happy and dancing, and I was like, oh my God, this is amazing, right? So it goes on, and I enjoyed that one cup, lasted for a minute, and then all the adults start to pair off and, do weird shit, hide in the shadows. I gathered every fucking red Solo cup I could find and drank it all, and was pulling cigarette butts out. This is day 1, and drinking it.
Yeah.
So that same type of intensity, fighting people for the jar, has continued in my life with whatever drug. It's not the substance that's the problem, but I did go through all the substances, right? Ended up on, in the end it was heroin, cocaine, IV using, which I swore I'd never do, which is so fun, because you keep crossing those yets.
Yeah. Oh, I'll never do that.
Oh God, no, that's my mom and my brother. They're nasty.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I'm classy.
Wait a minute.
Oh shit, my bad. Yeah, so that's what ended up happening. And the cool piece about it, so for me, it was through, which is why I'm so passionate about harm reduction. It was through a needle exchange program, which is where I got access to services. Let's back up a little bit. So DCFS came, and God, my kids, I had trained my kids that if someone knocks, we hide, right? That's normal, right? Is that normal?
It's normal for a lot of people.
Okay, so...
I did the same thing in the early days.
Yeah, so my sweet children, and I had pissed my mom off. My stepdad put me on blast on Facebook. If you ever, because my mom, right, does this thing where she controls you. It's a trip. And I'm in, because I'm using you. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm buying it for half, buying another one for me, and, the fuck yeah, I'll deliver it to you so Kelly doesn't know. Bless him, my sweet stepdad. So he throws it on Facebook, like, if you ever drop drugs off at my house again, I will call the cops. So I was like, okay. So I kept the money. It's kind of like my father. And the shit. And so my mom came over the next day and let DCFS into the house, because she had a key to my house. Probably saved my life.
Yeah.
Let's be honest. So DCFS gets involved. The cops come and kick us out of the house. We're on the streets with the kids. It's not going well. We're staying in shelters, but it's really dark. People are like, fuck, if you're homeless, go to a shelter, right? The problem is that in the shelter lifestyle, the way you're treated by the staff, and I understand now that I've worked in those places, right? It's hard.
Yeah.
And there's some punishers that work there too for some sick reason. So, that being said, we went to court and my kids were like, my daughter said, she's so good. She said to the guardian at Lytton, she said, I don't think my parents are getting the help they need, and I don't want to be homeless with them anymore, right? So boom, they go into the system. And then we're free. And I have an excuse, because I love a good excuse.
Yeah, you gotta use an excuse.
Yeah, now my kids are gone, but plus the pain of it, right?
Yeah.
Sitting in that, and how do you fix it right now? Because there's a 6-week wait list to get into treatment.
I know.
Yeah.
It's sad. I'm trying to figure out ways to fix all that.
Well, it's getting better. That's the thing that's cool about being a peer support, right?
It is getting better. It's changed a lot. And I think your journey is going to show us some of that.
Yeah. So I'm at this needle exchange, and this lady who was running the needle exchange, she allowed me to come work there. So I had purpose, right?
Yeah.
I had this one place that I could be on Thursday. Plus it was a lick, right? So I can't steal anymore, because as soon as me or my husband walk into any store, they're like, I'm flagged. You know what I mean? I got that weird look, and I'm fucking dirty, and right?
They used to chase me. When I was in the store, they'd chase me, try to beat me to the back exit, you know what I mean?
You feel me? Yeah, they knew.
No, yeah, I get
Yeah,
it.
so I couldn't do any of that anymore, because I didn't want to go to jail. I don't know that people want to go to jail. Some people do, but really, it's not helpful.
No.
No, it's not helpful, and so I go pick up everybody's dirties, and then I go redistribute cleans. That was my lick, right? Which is pretty amazing. It was pretty amazing. It kept everybody safer than, you know what I mean? Like in our circle of IV users, nobody ended up. One person had it, the Hep C. One person had HIV, and all the rest of us didn't because of that.
Yeah.
Right?
That's huge.
And it was like I had this feeling of like, this is okay. You know what I mean? This is going to be helpful.
It is okay. Just to clarify, you're talking about dirty syringes, not dirty urines, right?
No, I'm talking about dirty, syringes that have already been used.
Yeah.
Right?
Your
So not
cousin
dirty.
Clean ones.
But yes, unused syringes, which is how we
Keeping people safe.
Right.
Yeah.
And so she let me come work there. I would pack kits, I would fill people's orders, right? And she was so kind to us. She acted like she was happy to see us. And I don't even think it was an act. Now that I've been on this side, I am happy to see my return friends, right?
100%.
And my unsheltered friends. Every time it's like a miracle. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so glad you're still on the planet. There's hope, right? So with that, she was like, will you go over there? So we were at the old shelter, the Rio Grande, right? Down there at the old road home.
Yeah.
And so across the street was this place where the community and cops were there. So it was like the beginning of that, how do we integrate and help these people, right? And so I go in there, I'm like, I need a sharps container. That's what she asked me to go get. And I'd done it before, but for whatever reason this time, the guy was like, it was an officer, and he said, what are you doing? And I was like, you know what I mean? I was good. And he's like, no, I know, I've seen you here before. Yeah, you know what I mean? Scared. Immediately.
Thinking you're going to jail.
Right.
Yeah.
Here it is. And he said, no, I want to know your story. Like, what's going on with you? So that disarming moment of somebody, like
An officer.
And there was still he didn't have like handcuffs on him or a gun.
Yeah.
But he still had he was still identifiable as an officer.
He wanted to hear your story.
And he wanted to know, like, what's going on. And for whatever reason that day, it weighs on you, being unsheltered and being... and not being able to stop, right? Yeah. And we had tried to get into... You gotta... DCFS, you gotta go here, we've been there, we went there, we got 6 weeks to wait. And that's for an assessment.
Yeah.
So... all this stuff's happening, and we did want to. I wanted to stop for so much longer than before, I actually got to stop. And so...
it's usually years, but...
yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't get the opportunity, so you get this officer.
Yeah, and he says... yeah, and it scares me. I mean, I jumped. And so I tell him, I'm crying. I start crying, and I'm like, look... So my husband had got a bed at the detox, and he went in, and for 5 days I waited outside to get a bed. Of the one down, when they had men and women at the one under the...
by the viaduct, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So I waited for 5 days, I got assaulted, and I got robbed while I was waiting in my car to get... and I kept seeing women come out, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It was horrible, and so we made a promise. My husband was like, unless we get a bed together, we're not leaving each other again.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he said, so what is stopping you from getting help? And I was like, the anger comes up and I can't really talk and I'm sobbing and I'm telling him about my children and how my children chose to leave and go somewhere else because weren't being safe.
Yeah, it wasn't a safe environment.
It wasn't safe. And how we couldn't get in and how we went and I got assaulted and blah, 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 blah. And he's like, okay, so what do you need? And I was like, I need a bed in detox. And I said, but I'm not leaving my husband out here.
Yeah.
And he goes, okay, so if I was able to get you a female bed and a male bed to detox, would that be helpful? Dude, that's fucking answer.
So of course you said yes, please. Huh?
Please. And then he says, he takes my name. And I give him my husband's name. You don't, come on. We're dealing with a cop. He may not have a gun on him, but let's be honest, right? And I've done this before.
Yeah.
Give my name and information to a cop.
Didn't work out
it didn't go well.
But that's fun.
But this moment, I was broken down enough that I just said it. And so he's got all our information. He goes back in the back. He goes, just hold up for a minute. And then it starts.
The brain starts working.
Oh my God!
Should I run?
He's doing it. He still carded me. He's fucking coming. He went to get the cuffs and the gun, right? And so I'm like, just hanging on to this. I'm hugging the syringe box. I can, you know what I mean? Like, and it was doing the thing. You need to run. You need to leave. You need to leave now. And then he came out, and I was like, oh God, do I put it down? Do I put my hands back? Should I, And he's like, I got a bed. I got a bed for both of you. And I can't tell you. I just started sobbing. He said, they're waiting for you. Can you go right now? I was like, yeah, everything we have is in the car. Like, I can go right now. So I run back, right? With this needles bouncing, just going down. And there's all these people in the line, and my husband's packing things and for people bags. And I said, I got us a bed at detox. And my husband's like, right now? And I said, right now. And then everybody in the line, all the people that were getting clean, getting new syringes, started clapping, and we were sobbing, right? And she's like, go, and you know what I mean? And so we ran to the car, we got in the car, we got there, and they let us in, and that's where my journey began.
That's a huge ripple on its own, though. I mean, I don't know that officer, but I praise that officer for, what do you need, right? And that's where it all starts.
Right. Like I was a human, not like I was a criminal,
yeah.
Like I was a human. What is going on? What would help you today?
Yeah.
Fuck, dude.
What's wrong with you? No.
That's
not
not
it.
What
do you need?
How can I help you? What do you need? What's the one thing? Right?
Yeah. So you got him. And the ripple in your life and many lives past that is just outstanding. You want to share some of that?
Sure. So yeah, we do the thing. We both got beds into treatment. My husband went into Odyssey House. They have the only fathers and children's program west of the Mississippi. And I had always taken the children before, but I really needed to figure out what was going on with me, right? I really wanted to stay fucking sober. I'd gotten sober in 2009. I was able to stay sober for 6 years. But then life happened. So I lost a baby. My husband broke his back. Both of my children got sick. My daughter, we found out, has SJS, Stevens-Johnson syndrome, which is this like autoimmune thing where she's allergic to something in her environment, but we don't know what it is. It could have been the hornet sting, or it could have been the antibiotics from she got strep throat. We didn't know. But like you can lose your hearing, your eyesight, the top 2 layers of your skin come off. Like it's a nightmare. And like things like my son, my son's got a little bit of a strong hand. He got a little ism.
I like a good strong hand.
I need a strong, that's how I know,
Yeah.
Woo! You like mashed potatoes? Yes. So he was at school, broke his arm, and kept telling them, like, I need to call my mom. He wasn't good at explaining, right? He wouldn't look you in the eye at the time. And so it was like nobody really listened to him. And he had been at school for 8 hours with a broken arm. He broke it in the morning. He was jumping on the rocks. Wasn't supposed to be jumping on the rocks. And so, he comes home and he's like, he wouldn't play, he had a thing, right? We get a snack, we do a thing, let me look in your backpack, blah, 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 blah. He just sat down with his backpack and was doing the thing. And I was like, what happened? What's going on?
Yeah.
And he said, Mom, my arm hurts so bad. And he like lifted up his arm and it came down here. I was like, wait. So we went and his arm was broken, and so it was like the chaos of not being in control of my life. I couldn't keep my children safe. I couldn't keep my husband safe. He's broke his back now. Now there's opiates in the house. You know what I mean? Like the things start happening. I've lost the baby. The baby's dead. Yeah. My uterus is gone. That's a thing. Just great. On top of everything. And so I, right?
Yeah, but what about the library? So
that happens, right? I relapse. I end up being an IV user. Things go really terrible, right? And so, and then, like I said, I get sober. And the second time, this is the second time in 2017, I get sober. I go through treatment. I get to go on my own. My daughter goes with my husband. My son is aged out of they won't take him in any rehab with us, so he goes into foster care. We do it, right? It was really hard. Goodbye to my husband because that's my team player, right? That's really hard. It's difficult when you go in with a relationship with somebody and the father of your children and the team player. You're the other half of your family. And so we had to say goodbye, and I said, you go after Sissy, because we've done this. We did this before. Yeah. And so we know we're not going to be able to talk to each other for how long? Who knows?
But you get a plan.
I'm going after the boy. You keep the girl, and we'll reassess whenever in a year from now. You know what I mean? It's devastational.
It is.
So I did my treatment. I went after my son. I got my son. We got a place, a ghetto place, but it was housing, right? But safe housing is kind of important.
It is.
It is.
It's vital, especially for a mom who just got her son.
And so I was on North Temple and Ninth West.
I lived up there.
Right down by the Weeders.
9th and 6th West. Yeah.
Yes. And our house caught on fire. So there's these things that keep happening, right? But the cool thing is, I finally was able to walk through all these other little things. They're not little. They were life-changing things. But I didn't have to blow my whole life up over it. Heroin Anonymous has been a huge thing for me to stay connected to a community that has kept me grounded and supported, right? They have their own support thing. But
they do. What's their motto?
No more suffering.
No more suffering.
So it's not, don't be a dope fiend, right? Don't smoke heroin, don't do blues. It's...
You don't gotta suffer.
Yeah, no more suffering. Because it's not about the drugs.
Yeah, it's not.
It's not. It's about the way I perceive life. Yeah, and the choices I make due to these perceptions. So, phenomenal. I ended up, God, it was cool. I got to work at the library. I became a harm reductionist. First of all, I got to be a peer support specialist.
PSOs?
Let's go!
Better recognize.
I'll show you my ripple. You know what I mean?
That's the way it works, though.
Yeah, and so I got to work at I became a harm reductionist, and I got to do exchange, and I got to meet people like the cop met me, right? But as a peer, dude, I'm you.
Splashing that same ripple.
Yeah.
Same ripple that officer gave you, you're splashing it out.
I have to.
The world.
I got to show back up and do what was done for me.
Yeah.
And it doesn't matter what they do. But as my gift back to the gift that was given to me so freely, I owe that. And I want to give that back. That's my whole thing is we can heal. Once we know better, we do better. I mean, just in general, right? This is just all of humanity. Once we learn and know better, typically we do better.
If we're given the choice.
If we're given the choice.
Instead of being controlled. What's wrong with you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? What do you need? What's that going? And so your story is amazing to me. The tidal waves that are going through our unsheltered communities, our recovery communities, is just outstanding. Now you happen to be the board president of Utah's Association of Peer Sports Specialists.
With my strong hand,
with
too.
The strong hand
like
involved.
I know.
We can do two strong hands.
We could, dude. Watch. See how they connect. Mashed potatoes. Yeah.
Doing all that, we've been out to the prison sending ripples. Your ripples they're going around the world. And it's all person-centered, right? Where they want to be. And that's probably the biggest ripple you can make in a recovery environment. Unsheltered, substance use, mental health, it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
What does it look like?
What's going on with you, right?
What do you need?
I don't think anybody had said those words to me. And the fact that it came out of a cop's mouth. Sorry, you know how it is. We're
there's a wall there.
Played criminals. We're told that we're criminals, right? Because of this substance use disorder, which is beyond my control. I cannot stop on my own. I must have some support to do so. Yeah.
But in that darkness, you get that feeling where you can't trust them, right? I don't know what it is, but there is that stigma you got to plug through.
No, that's their job, right? You're committing a crime. I'm here to.
Yeah.
It's a job. It's not, and they have family at home. It's not a moral thing.
They got a community to protect.
They have
but
to.
Us as people in that don't feel like that's there. Right?
That I'm part of the community.
That connection is huge.
It changed everything. So it did. It was really great to have somebody ask me, "What's going on with you?" I just get over it. No, I mean, what's going on with you? What do you need? How can I help?
I love that about you. I'll tell you right now, one of my biggest blessings since you got certified and starting UAPS and all the stuff that we've been through since my phone rang.
Is that sweet girl? Should we answer it?
No.
She's part of this too. She's part of my journey.
She is.
I love her.
Beautiful Chelsea. That is not her though. But through all the journeys, watching the ripple and the tidal wave of change and the stigmas and the things people go through and actually giving people choice, whether it's MAT treatment, whether it's abstinence, whether it's going back to prison.
I'm going to smoke instead of shoot.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter. Just give me a choice.
Watching that beauty of all the growth coming through and being a part of that transformation in the system and watching your ripples shatter across
I got some
the
great
state.
ripples.
You do got some.
I do!
We're not talking red nipples. We're talking...
No, ripples.
Ripples.
My nipples are probably great too.
They probably
I'm older.
We'll
I'm
leave
50.
that for now.
Well, that's a different podcast.
Yeah, we'll save that for later. But it's reached everywhere, all across the state, around, even in other states around us. I wouldn't be surprised if people in Amsterdam haven't seen some of your ripples somehow.
Somehow.
I really appreciate you. Thank you.
And I owe it to you too, just so you know. You being brave enough to do what you've done. Right? My name's Brian. I'm a schizophrenic crackhead.
I am schizophrenic.
I know you are! So am I!
I got a strong hand.
And I didn't know! Because when I first met you, I was in a different place, right? I don't even think I'm employable, right? I was brand new. But when you said that one statement, it shattered the glass ceiling of, you're never gonna make it.
Stay in this box.
Because you had the courage to do this. So that's what I'm saying. Because of your ripples, and you have nice ripples.
I like ripples. Well, thank you.
Because of that, I was able to ride that wave too, and that's how I got here, is because of you. It only takes one of us. It just takes one of us to follow a dream and to have courage and to be brave enough to say it out loud.
Yeah, and follow where it goes. If you decide you don't like that direction, we go a different way.
We switch it up.
So, thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you for everything. Thank you for all the amazing adventures. And
I'm excited to see what happens. This is exciting.
This is huge. Tune in next time for another exciting adventure of Show Me Your Ripples.